What does it cost an athlete to compete at the Olympic Games?
So this is a fairly big topic and one that a lot of athletes struggle with. Like, it's not just me and in my sport, it's athletes everywhere.
This is Aislin Jones. She's representing Australia at this year's Games. Her sport? Skeet shooting.
Is a little bit less common than your mainstream sports like swimming and athletics. We shoot at these like little orange discs that fly through the sky, and we use shotguns. So the targets that we're shooting at are flying at about 90 kilometers an hour. So almost as fast as you drive on the highway. So yeah, it's moving pretty quick.
The biggest costs to get this far have been time and effort.
So for me personally, I'm training on the range twice a week for a few hours each session. And then outside of that, I'm in the gym twice a week for strength training and running 4 times a week as well, just for my fitness. And then we have other things going on. I work with a sports psychologist and then obviously travel to competitions and training camps and stuff on top of that as well. For us this year, we had to compete at 6 different events. I had to finish number 1 ranked after the 6 total events. It was a fairly high stress period when you really want something and that's your goal that you're working towards. But yeah, it all paid up in the end.
But putting yourself in a position to represent Australia has also cost Aislin a lot of money. In training, going to events and giving up other opportunities.
When I decided that I really wanted to knuckle down and try and make the Olympic team, I had to make a few decisions. So I don't like to call them sacrifices, but choices. And so I had a full-time job and I reduced my hours this year just to give myself a bit more space for training. And so that comes with a significant financial cost in terms of loss of income. So at the end of last year, I sort of sat down and made a bit of a budget and worked out how much I thought this year was going to cost me for the selection series and then beyond that to Paris.
Aislin's not alone. While the Australian Sports Commission does provide funding for elite athletes through institutions like the AIS and national sporting bodies, a 2023 Australian Sports Foundation survey found that almost half of Australia's best athletes are earning below the poverty line, with an annual income of less than $23,000. It also found that 2 in 3 elite Australian athletes aged between 18 and 34 have considered quitting their sport.
It just shows that we're human. Like of course I have moments where I question, I guess, or doubt what I'm doing this for. Obviously, my family and myself have put in a lot of time and finances over many, many years of preparation to get to this point, and I wouldn't change it. I think I would always look back and go, well, I've seized every opportunity that's come my way and I don't want to leave any stones unturned.
Our job is to get the athletes to the Games and make sure they've got every opportunity to be successful.
Matt Carroll is the Chief Executive at the Australian Olympic Committee, or AOC, and says it takes a whole lot of money and organisation to send a team to the Games.
Costs about $24.5 million for us to take the team to Paris. It takes about 3 years of hard work and planning, working with our sports and our athletes to take the Australian team to Paris. There will be about 1,000 Australians, 460 of them will be athletes. The others are coaches and doctors and physios and technicians and now some are operational people, obviously look after them. It's a big logistical exercise.
The AOC isn't funded by the government, and while it gets its money from a few different places, including the Australian Olympic Foundation and the IOC, a lot comes from corporate sponsorship and fundraising. While that money will send athletes like Aislin, it won't pay for everything. So she and a number of athletes have been raising money in the lead-up.
Unexpected costs come up with like cost of meals overseas or a training camp that you didn't know, or just little things. I think anything that doesn't allow you to focus on the present moment and what you're doing in training and competition is a distraction. And if you can mitigate those distractions beforehand, that is much better.
The AOC does offer prize money to those few Olympians who manage to snag a medal.
So an athlete who does well, gold, silver, bronze, gets paid $20,000, $15,000, $10,000. Other countries have similar sorts of things, United States, Canada, Singapore, China. They all have different reward schemes. Some countries, depending on what they can afford, obviously don't.
And this year is the first time that World Athletics and the International Boxing Association have announced prize money for their sports. Then there are opportunities that come from success at the Games.
But you've got to have the right skills and want to go after those things to gain a financial reward. So that's sort of a choice whether you go down that pathway or not.
While the vast majority of competitors won't walk away with a medal, Aislin says having the chance to compete is everything.
Everybody's doing this because we're passionate about our sport, we're passionate about performing at the highest level and seeing what we can achieve, and making an Olympic team is obviously a huge achievement. I think that's something really special and something that I'll be able to carry with me forever. Like they say, once an Olympian, always an Olympian.